Hello everyone, today is August 15th, 2015, and I will speak about the speech of President Obama for reform of the United States prisoners on July 15th, 2015. President Barack Obama in the White House in Washington, D.C. has spoken around July 15, 2015 that there should be reform and the law should be changed for the prisoners that have been placed in prison because of drugs, are nonviolent, and have good behavior. The President has said that these prisoners should get out of prison because the government is spending a lot of money in prison. The speech of President Obama that the law should be changed and that there should be reform is wrong, because this expression that the government is spending money means that the people who are caught with drugs should not be placed in prison. President Obama should have given an explanation that is correct to the congressmen and the people who heard. There should have been an amnesty for reform, and if drugs should be left for free use or should not have been left for free use, the people must be spoken to so they know, or there must be enacted laws with the Congress and the President that if people deal with drugs again after they get out of prison, they will get in prison with the toughest law. If President Obama wants to change the law for the people that are caught with drugs because the government spends money, he should explain well to the people, because there's many reasons why people might deal with drugs. Questions to be asked are who uses the drugs, why they use the drugs. For this reform and change of law, the President should discuss it with the congressmen of the United States. People know very well that drugs are very damaging to the health of the human beings, so people should not deal with drugs. How many people have gotten out of jail and again have been caught with drugs? Why do these actions that Why do they do these actions that deal with drugs? They deal with drugs because people suffer. They have no money for their living, and some people want to become rich. There's many people that deal with drugs to earn money. They fight with force, and many people's lives are damaged, and many are placed in prison because of drug use and drug selling. For many decades, people have been left to deal with drugs, and they are placed in prison, and then they pay money to get out of prison. The person that is caught with drugs and gives money to be released gets out of prison, but people who have no money to pay to be released stay in prison and suffer a lot. This is corruption for personal interests, and that money is earned by the officials of justice, judges, and attorneys. The United States must have strong laws to explain to people to not deal with drugs. Every president and congressman of the United States that directs the government and the people is their responsibility to speak for the best of the people of the United States and to fulfill all the conditions of people for their living, so that people have trust toward the government. People do not deal with drugs, that they are sincere, humanitarian, working in peace, and happy. Also, people will be well economically and in their health, and the government will not get damaged economically. The President and the government should be responsible for justice and the police, for the protection of people and the government of the United States. The police must control the people in all the things of transportation that come and go out of the country through land, air, or sea, inside the cities and all the states of the United States. The police must stay vigilant at every time in the service of the people and must not allow the people to deal with drugs, so that people do not get in prison and the government does not get damaged economically. The presidents, the governors must be in good record, must have served the American government and the people for the best. The high officials, government officials in the justice of the government, and every government officials that serve the people must be in good record, must not have dealt with drugs and with corruption, and must not have damaged people. This is how the government is kept and the people become honest and peaceful. President Barack Obama has spoken in conference that money is spent in prisons. Here in the United States have come thousands of immigrants. They are taken from the police and are kept in prisons for many months. After the immigrants get out of prison, they work tired, and the attorneys, prosecutors, judges take their money, discriminate, damage the homeless people, and keep the immigrants in prison again for many months, and send them back in their countries. Here is the responsibility of the president and the congressmen for not controlling the officials who do injustices and corruptions. The high officials who serve people, the high officials of justice, attorneys, prosecutor, judges who make injustice, make robberies, corruptions, keep immigrants in prison for many months, cause damage to the innocent and honest people, and damage the economy of the government of the United States. These officials' wages must be kept, their riches must be sequestrated, and they must be punished with the toughest law. President Obama has spoken for the nuclear weapons of Iran. The Congress has allowed the President to speak freely about the nuclear weapons of Iran. The President and the Congressmen of the United States and the government secretaries of the United States always speak for nuclear weapons because it is damaging for people. The United States is a powerful country developed in decades. The United States should produce modern, powerful weapons that can block the nuclear weapons of Iran and anything else for the protection of American government, the people of the United States, and all the people around the world. The President and Congressmen of the United States should give order to officials of justice, the police to close the stores that sell weapons and to collect the weapons. The people should surrender any weapons because the government protects the American people. The people should trust the government. People are not protected by a weapon but by justice, the law of the government itself, with the powerful weapons of the government. The police should have higher wages, as I have spoken in other reports, and the policemen should be vigilant at every time, in every place that the people of the United States are, at every piece of land of the United States. This is the main basis for the well-being of the people, and that they be in peace and happy. I have spoken in my reports, have sent the reports to the Congress, to the White House in Washington, D.C., USA, that the weapons be gathered by the U.S. government, and that this report immediately enter in reform in the Constitutional law of the United States. The Speaker of the White House with the Congressmen of the United States have spoken to people to work together with the President of the United States for the reforms in the constitutional laws of the United States. In the month of March 2015, the Speaker of the Congress of the United States, John Boehner, together with the congressmen, have spoken that law be respected in the Constitution of the United States, to strengthen the law of the enforcement, and that everything else must be investigated with the security of the government. The Speaker of the Congress in Washington, D.C., in the United States, with the congressmen, have respected the laws of the United States Constitution, and they have strengthened the laws of the enforcement. They have respected the presidents of the government, who are outstanding, patriotic, distinguished fighters who have created the laws of the Constitution of the United States. The rights and the freedom of the people of the United States must be respected. I, the publisher of Noble Books of Connecticut, USA, the journalist, the analyst of public health and justice, of human rights and protection of people of the United States, have sent reports to the Speaker of the Congress of the United States and the congressmen that my report become reforms in the laws of the Constitution of the United States. The reports that President Obama has spoken around July 15, 2015 in Congress in Washington, D.C. to become reforms are my reports that I have sent to the Speaker of the House in the Congress and the congressmen. I have sent many other reports to the Congress, to the White House in Washington, D.C., USA, that my reports become immediately reforms in the laws of the United States Constitution for the best of the people and of the United States. Also, I have sent report in the White House in Washington, D.C. and the people that I become the President of the United States. I have also spoken to the Speaker of the House and the congressmen over a year ago that I become President. I will speak again to the Speaker of the House, the congressmen, and the people of the United States, my biography, that I deserve to be a President of the United States. I will collaborate with the representatives of the congressmen of Washington, D.C. for the best of the government of the United States and the people of the United States.